Every season of Survivor is a story. There are main characters, sidekicks, comic reliefs, and villains. A good season of Survivor tells a compelling story that has you rooting for someone and against someone else. You will want to watch episode after episode to see what happens next until it all finishes with a hopefully satisfying conclusion. Each story that we look at together will go through one character's journey from beginning to end, from the time that they are introduced until they inevitably get their torch snuffed or win the game. We will look at every character moment and strategic move to determine whether they were a hero or a villain and whether they were a good or bad strategist. And with that, welcome to Once Upon an Island. For reference, we are only going to be observing what the TV show is showing us and what story is being told through the show. No future seasons will be mentioned, as the story and characters here have no idea about what happens in those future seasons. All character moments and strategic moves are interpreted with the mindset of what the story is trying to tell us. And with that, if you want to pick who I cover for story videos like this one, then consider supporting Once Upon an Island on Patreon. It only costs a few bucks a month and you can cancel at any time. Links in the description.
39 days, 16 people, 1 survivor.
Todd Herzog, a 22-year-old flight attendant from Utah, was a castaway on Survivor's 15th season, Survivor China. Right out the gate, we see everyone walking through modern-day China as they travel into the wilderness of this beautiful country. We quickly learn that this season does not have Exile Island. The cast is down to 16 players for the first time since season 12. They're all going into the game with the clothes on their backs and nothing more. And there are 2 immunity idols in the game, one hidden at each camp, though no one knows that yet. And all the players will be participating in a non-religious Buddhist ceremony as a welcome from the locals to China. After that ceremony, we see everyone split up into 2 tribes of 8. Fei Long and John Hu. Todd is on Fei Long, and both tribes are given the art of war from Jeff as reading material. Survivor is fully embracing the local culture as a theme in a way that we have not seen since Pearl Islands. Don't get me wrong, they've always incorporated the local culture when the location is the title of the season, but here it feels like they're going all out on it by taking extra steps. Upon arriving at the Fei Long camp, Amanda and Todd are shown immediately connecting, and Courtney, this annoys her.
Everything's always great. Isn't it amazing? Like, you're doing a really good job with that. What's you, Todd?
I'm a flight attendant.
You're a flight attendant? No
I
way.
am, yeah.
You are so cute.
Considering that this is a jam-packed premiere with a normal episode runtime of 42 minutes, it is very telling when we are shown an extended scene between John Robert and Todd, where John Robert says, "Yes, I don't trust you."
You said you're a flight attendant?
Yeah.
Are you really a flight attendant?
Yeah. I really am.
For some reason, I just don't, I don't know.
You don't believe me?
It's like, I kind of believe you, but
Why would I lie about a job like that?
I'm a professional poker player. And one of the strengths that I have is my ability to read players.
Jean Robert was very right. I will do whatever I need to do to win that $1 million. Can I ask you, though, to not tell other people you think I'm sharp?
I don't see why that's anybody's business. I mean,
I can't have someone walking around saying, watch out for Todd. You know, I'm saying watch out for Jean Robert now. I'm here to win $1 million. It's $1 million. That's a lot of money.
First impressions say a lot, like John Robert clearly saying what is on his mind, even to the detriment of his own game. And by the way, Todd didn't ask for this information. John Robert just gave it to him for free. Right away, despite Aaron claiming that he doesn't want to be the leader, Todd says, "Aaron, you should be the leader of our tribe." And then Todd says, "Yeah, I am just doing this to paint a target on his back." Fei Long goes on to win immunity, and with that, the premiere makes it clear that Todd is an important character to the overarching story, as he is being given a lot of complex screen time in an episode that is crunched for time. We see him connecting with others, having a rivalry with John Robert, and smartly putting targets on others' backs in subtle ways. He is here to play, and right now, he's the front runner to win based on the content shown. Episode 2 sees Todd getting right to work on forming alliances, this time with Amanda and Aaron. Amanda because they seem to connect really well, and Aaron because he will be the face of their alliance and hopefully take the brunt of the anger if there is any towards them.
I will stick with you. Because you know this game.
You're my loyal alliance, too.
Okay.
You have to have one in this game. You have to. Me and Todd made an alliance that we're going to stick it out with each other until the end of this, because even though Todd, I think, is very devious, I've been watching him really closely, and I think we have a good alliance so far, at least till the merge. I love how we're playing this game kind of the same.
Fei Long goes on to win reward, and they get the opportunity to kidnap anyone from John Hu until the next immunity challenge, so they capture Jamie. Back at camp, Todd says we need to keep an eye on her because the art of war talks about stealing. Now, Todd's line of thinking here really impresses Leslie as she says, I want to align with this guy. So later on, she says, Todd, come over here, we need to talk. Jamie gave me something super important and I want to share it with you.
I want you to trust me. I do. I told Todd that the idol is here, so we're gonna team up and use it together. And I trust him.
I can't believe she told me. I'm in shock. I would never tell anybody. What was she thinking? So my goal is to find that thing as fast as I can, and if Leslie gets sick and has to leave, I'm the only one that knows about it. Fantastic.
Now, in the beginning of this video, I did mention that the idols are hidden at each camp, and the players didn't know that. So Todd finding this out is the first time he even knows that, oh, it's here at the camp. So this clue is huge. Fei Long wins immunity, so we progress to episode 3 where they lose reward and Leslie is kidnapped. While she is gone, him and Courtney are doing some menial work by the water when they overhear a very inappropriate conversation that I imagine had to be edited down because even this part's really inappropriate between James and John Robert.
Yeah, plus you like Courtney.
No, not the fact I like Courtney. This Leslie is too dangerous.
$1 million is one thing, but if you can get $1 million in some ass,
no.
I'll strangle his ass.
What's important to note is that you've only witnessed 2 John Robert events so far in this video, but every scene with this guy so far through 3 episodes is a head scratcher. Like, why is he doing what he is doing? Kind of head scratching. I think I'm going bald just watching through the season this many times for these videos. Fei Long does lose the immunity challenge and back at camp, Leslie says, oh yeah, of course, I love John Hu. I connected really well with 3 of them and told them a bunch of free information about our tribe. Oh, great. Thanks for that, Leslie. Much appreciated. Todd then talks to Amanda about who to vote out, debating between Courtney and John Robert, and they both agree Courtney will be valuable come the merge. So they talk to the third wheel and Aaron, who says, we should get out Leslie, cause did you not hear what she just submitted to us? Todd says this is fine for now, but these big men in Aaron, John Robert, and James need to go so they don't get in the way. At Tribal Council, Leslie is eliminated in a 6-2 vote.
Leslie, the tribe has spoken.
Episode 4 starts off with them doing a cool nighttime reward challenge that boils down to carrying fireballs to light off fireworks. They win this reward and kidnap Dave. Back at camp, everyone realizes that Dave is a nut, with Todd saying despite Dave being so annoying, he still wants to stay on Dave's good side. This works out as when Dave talks to Todd.
He's annoying as hell, but I'm gonna do my best to be nice to him right now so that he can get a good impression of our camp.
Here you go, bro. It's a clue for where a hidden immunity idol is in your camp.
Thank you, man.
Sweet.
I feel very lucky right now that Leslie not only gave me the clue to the first one, but Dave gave me the next 2. So I've been keeping my eyes open, looking for something that could be a hidden immunity idol because that could be a ticket to $1 million.
Even with 2 clues, Todd has no idea where this idol is, but he does hold all the information on his tribe for now, especially with Leslie gone. They win immunity, so in episode 5, a twist occurs when a boat shows up at their camp and says, you get to steal 2 people from John Hu, and that of course means that John Hu is going to steal 2 people from their tribe. Most likely, James and another big man. They decide to steal Sharia and Frosty from the other tribe. Obviously, this will hurt them in challenges, but Todd sees this as another opportunity as well.
The fact that Frosty and Sharia are coming over to our tribe is kind of exciting because I may be able to get great bonds with them. So who knows what I can build there.
As it turns out, James and Aaron are stolen, so there goes the meat shield. And Fei Long wins immunity, but they don't notice how a few members on John Hu are literally throwing the challenge. So we curiously move on to episode 6, where Todd tells Amanda about the idol and hopes she can help him find it. She takes this very well, all things considered, and when they win reward, they steal James, who says, save me, John Hu is throwing challenges to get us out. That's what just happened to Aaron. So he gives Todd the clue to the idol. But while on the reward, if you ever wanted to understand what a difference in perception can make, watch as John Robert oogles the women and is chastised for it, while James is oogled, and it's funny.
I won't lie to you, Frosty and James. That tub looks the most attractive to jump in right now.
I tried my best to be as far away from Jean Robert in the bathtub as could possibly happen in that place. He had the one on the far end, I took the one on the other far end. James has such a nice butt.
He was just in the shower, lathering up, he's stripping down, and none of us cared. He has a nice butt. I mean, he just might as well show it off.
Why y'all messing with me?
Back at camp, Todd and Amanda go out and look for the idol, and...
We're knocking them down.
Yes.
Knock those down. You want me to get some down? All of a sudden, Frosty comes running over and climbs up. So I go into panic mode of, he's gonna find out, he's gonna see this moment, and Amanda's like, get down, Frosty, because she knows about it.
This has to be the worst way in history of getting an immunity idol. Like, honestly, in front of everybody. Todd's young, he's so impatient. I knew something like that was gonna happen.
You stop right now. We have to trust him. We don't have a choice. James came down, I gave him the idol. So if James takes that idol, loses immunity, they vote for him, but he uses the idol to get rid of Jamie. We sever the tie between her and Eric. Hopefully at 10 we'll merge and we'll still have our numbers to go strong into the merge.
Well, I cannot stop smiling. And it's all good, because I'm not going anywhere. I have the immunity idol. It's all good, baby. What?
Yeah. You almost killed me just then, James.
That's love, baby. Make you stronger.
This is a bold move, but James seems to solidly still be on their side. If they can win immunity, like they usually do, then James can idol out Jamie, the perceived biggest strategic threat on John Who. Todd tells Courtney, Amanda, and Denise that, hey, we need to win immunity, so don't blow this. So at the immunity challenge, Courtney, Amanda, and Denise blow it. Wonderful. And John Who wins immunity, of course. So Todd gave up his idol for nothing. Back at camp, Todd is understandably frustrated as him and Amanda say, let's vote out Sharia since that accomplishes a similar goal to James idling out a John Who member. Courtney then says, but why not my arch nemesis, John Robert? This then instills paranoia into Todd, and he tells Amanda, hey, if we don't do what other people want, they're gonna want to vote us out. And Amanda's like, chill out, dude. It's fine. They're not going to do that. At Tribal Council, Courtney says that prior to Frosty and Sharia's arrival, she felt like she was on the outs of this cliquey tribe. Todd is hurt when she says this and says, no way, we are friends. But I think really what we're seeing here is that Todd misread where Courtney felt like she stood because Courtney was on the outs. But anyways, the vote goes down and Sharia is gone 5-2.
Sharia, chop is spoken.
Episode 7 starts and Courtney is ticked. She says Todd and Amanda aren't really her friends. Otherwise, they would have stood by her side and voted out John Robert. She brings this up the next morning and Todd tries to explain basic strategy going into the merge.
From the way that I'm playing the game, I need him. You have your opinion about him, and that you don't have to like him.
But I don't say anything to him.
I know you don't.
But he walks around flowing around like he's the god of everything, and you guys are all like, yeah.
We can't have him know that we don't like him, Courtney. We can't, or else he will swap on us. What does she want? Like, what does she expect from me? Right now, I need my numbers, and Jean Robert is one of my numbers. Deal with it, bitch.
Good timing on that merge talk too, as when both tribes go to see Jeff.
Drop your buffs. You are merged.
Oh my god. Oh, black, you guys.
Use your buffs.
With that merge comes a celebration of food and a fun show from the locals. The Fei Long members are up 6-4 over John Who members if Frosty flips back to John Who. After this much needed break of fun and food, Jeff shows up at their camp and says, surprise, we're doing an impromptu immunity challenge. Frosty wins this and Todd finally gets a chance to talk to James, who says not only does he have the idol that Todd gave him, but he also found the John Who one in a similar way that Todd found the Fei Long idol. Though James says he thinks that Jamie thinks she has an idol since she peeled off a blank board that is similar to James's idol, but it's not an idol. Now, on one hand, it's bad news that James has both and hasn't offered to give one back to Todd, but on the other hand, it's good news because Todd knows where all the idols are. He then talks to John Robert, who is very much loyal to Todd and Fei Long at this point, as he says he wants himself, Todd, and Amanda in the final 3. This is nothing but good news so far for Todd, but that doesn't last too long, as when John Robert talks to Todd again,
If somehow you do end up screwing me over, I'm going to hold you responsible, not Amanda.
Okay.
Just so you know, and you will never ever see a juror lobby so hard against somebody.
Okay.
You will not win. If I get screwed, it's going to be on you because I know you have more power than her.
If I didn't agree to all of his terms, right away, the trust with me and him, he wouldn't trust me anymore. So he would have moved along and found another alliance, and done who knows what. So, of course I agreed to it all. And was like, yeah, we're going to the top 3, man. We're going all the way. I'm watching your back. Little does Jean Robert know. Little clue. No, he has no idea that I'm ready to when I need to.
That's a no-win situation if Todd doesn't want to sit next to Jean Robert at the end. But once again, Jean Robert says everything on his mind, which means he is an easy person to read because he'll just tell you what he's thinking. Jamie then talks to Todd and says, guess what? I know where both idols are, and I will tell you on one condition.
And I'll tell you tomorrow if you can keep me around.
And, I acted all interested when Jamie told me that she knew who had the hidden immunity idols and that she was going to tell me. But she made it sound like someone from their tribe has one and someone from our tribe has one. Wow, does she have to catch up. So, she's on the small bike in the back, just pedaling as fast as she can.
Oh boy, I wonder what Jamie would have told Todd. We'll never find out because at Tribal Council, she goes to play her blank board and...
The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, any votes cast against that person will not count, and the person with the next highest number of votes will be sent home. That's in the case of a hidden immunity idol being played. This, however, is not a hidden immunity idol.
Oh my gosh.
Any votes cast against Jamie will count. 7th person voted out of Survivor China and the first member of our jury. Jamie, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Episode 8 sees Todd's team winning reward, and while on a very cool trip to a local village, a clue is given to them as part of winning. Obviously, Todd, James, and Amanda all know where the idols are, but Jean Robert is blown away the idols really do exist this season.
Idol clue. There is a hidden immunity idol. Wow.
Really?
I gotta tell you, when I read this, I was like a little bit surprised. As much information as there has been out there, I should have known something. I should have had some sort of clue. And that shook me up a little bit.
Jean Robert has no idea. I think that was the best part of the whole evening, was hearing him talk about finding this idol. What do you guys think it can be? I don't know where it is,
I did not know there was an American Immunity Idol.
American Immunity Idol. Cool. That's great. There's an American Immunity Idol.
Back at camp, Todd is mad that James has both idols and still hasn't offered one of them back to Todd. Now on the flip side of this, Todd hasn't even approached James about getting one of his idols back, so it's on both of them. Todd then talks to Amanda and Frosty about voting out James in a massive blindside. They say, yeah, that's certainly an option given he is a huge challenge threat, but then at the immunity challenge, Courtney wins, not James. So the door is open. Jean Robert then talks to Todd and says, hey, I got some big news there, buddy.
Big news, bro. Big news. I know where the idol is. And there's not just one idol, there's 2 idols.
You're talking about James, right?
He has both idols.
Okay.
How'd you know that?
I've heard hearsay.
We could blindside him tonight because he will not pull out the idol tonight.
I know. Okay. Don't let him see us talking. I love the idea. It's really funny. I had an original idea to take James out. And then Jean Robert just came up with the same idea. And I was kind of bothered by the fact he's coming up with all these ideas that I've had for days now.
Man, everyone loves telling Todd the free information they have. He is an incredible listener and his social game must be unmatched because how does he get all this information for free? However, Todd doesn't like Jean Robert having the same idea as him to blindside James as if this is some idea that nobody else could come up with. So he gets paranoid and says, we need to vote out Jean Robert right now.
Do we do Jean Robert tonight?
Yeah, I believe with the system.
We don't want to tell Denise or no?
No.
Okay.
With Denise wavering and Denise getting pissed off.
I still think we should get rid of PG tonight and then Jean Robert next time. Todd is all over the place right now. One person comes up to him, he rethinks his whole strategy. He's second guessing himself, and in this game, you have to be confident about your choices. So I really don't know what's gonna happen at this point.
Amanda is consistently shown to be the voice of reason between these two. Also, let's think about the logic here. Jean Robert wants to go to the end with Todd and Amanda. He is consistently shown to be loyal, is a terrible social player, and is super easy to read. Oh, and he would be so easy to beat at the end while also being a number for them. Who cares if he has a similar idea? This man should be dragged to the end, Clay Jordan style, but that is not what happens, as at Tribal Council.
First vote, Jean Robert. PG. James. Jean Robert. 2 votes, Jean Robert. James. Jean Robert. Jean Robert. Eighth person voted out and the second member of our jury, Jean Robert. Jean Robert, tribe has spoken.
Good morning, good morning. I come to say good morning. Good morning, good morning to you.
Oh wow, that's singing by James. That's my new alarm clock noise. Beautiful. With Jean Robert gone, PG steps it up as being the new annoyance around camp, and Todd says, "Are you serious? Why is she doing this?"
I don't even get along with anybody here.
Yeah, you definitely on the out.
You want the fire to die down a little, or?
No, I'm about to pick it back up.
You want it really hot?
Yeah, thanks for telling me, babe. You want to micromanage, huh?
I'm just excited, okay? I'm just excited to eat.
Oh my gosh, Jean Robert was annoying, and now he's gone. But all of a sudden, PG decided to step in and take his place.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to micromanage you.
However, another worrying development has just taken place as he sees Courtney and Frosty having an intertribal flirtmance. Now, they're no Romeo and Juliet, but Todd doesn't want Courtney flipping on him to Frosty either. But then, at the reward challenge, Todd's team loses due to PG and James not working well together, and back at camp, things escalate.
I can't believe you ever accused me of giving up at challenges.
Go away.
I did not see your ass strolling back to the mat every time we dropped the ball.
You got some nerve. That's why y'all lose. You quick to blame.
I'm the one who was dropping the ball today?
No, I was the only one. This is my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault, James.
Blame.
My ass wasn't strolling back to the mat after every time. I raced back to that damn mat. You know, I need to take a walk right now.
PG, she's just stupid. I mean, she really came to me and said that I was the reason why they didn't. It's all my fault. Maybe she's the problem. She's never won anything. I mean, maybe that's a sign. Maybe, you know, not everybody's crazy. You're the crazy one.
Yikes. PG is now the next one to go, and when the people who did win reward return, Todd relays the fight to them while also exaggerating what happened. But in a twist of fate, PG wins immunity, so she has now saved her hide. Frosty then tries to convince Todd that Eric is a bigger threat than him, but Todd doesn't really care about Eric right now as much as he cares about keeping Courtney on his side. So at Tribal Council, in a 7-1 vote, Frosty is gone.
Frosty, tribe has spoken.
With cheeseburgers still on their breath.
Time for you to go.
Episode 10 is a recap that holds no bearing on the story being told, so we slide into episode 11, where PG wins reward and takes Eric and Denise with her. Back at camp, James, Amanda, Courtney, and Todd say, "Wow, isn't this nice? Let's be the final four." Everyone agrees to this, and James says as long as no one is tempted to eat the apple and ruin everything, then they are golden. Upon returning back from the reward, Denise says, "Todd, you need to keep an eye out on PG and Eric. They want to vote you out, and they've been trying to sway me to their side."
Yeah, they were trying to work on me. Like, oh yeah, we could be the final three, blah, blah, blah. Who do you want to vote out next, Todd? I was like, no, I don't know. I'm just not saying nothing.
Man. PG is not my idea of fun. She is annoying as hell. She goes to Denise and is like, "We should vote out Todd, da-da-da." And I'm thinking, bitch, you expect anybody to get up on your side? Anybody? Good job, because now I hate your guts.
Interesting, but something you need to know about Denise is that she lacks the guts to make the moves necessary to ever make a move that would help her win, as her best play is her sympathetic, woe is me, I'm just a lunch lady routine. During the immunity challenge, Todd does a funny dance and Eric goes on to win. Amanda says now is the time to strike. Let's vote off James before he reaches the final five and can just idle his way into final tribal council, because there's no limits on when James cannot play as idols. But the key here is keeping this plan a secret from James. So at tribal council,
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to play it. I'll read the votes. First vote, Todd, PG, James. 2 votes, James. 10th person voted out and the 4th member of our jury. James, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Todd finally got what he wanted. All of the big men have been voted out. Todd is amazed the plan worked and was worried about what the reaction would have been had James played one of his idols and saved himself. But now both idols are gone and they are not re-hidden this season, so no more idols. Jeff then says, surprise, time for the loved ones visit, and with that comes some terrible news for Todd.
Oh yeah. Kim's good, right? That's baby okay.
She was scared that
Todd, what was the last question?
My little sister was pregnant and she lost her baby, but it's okay.
Your other sister?
Yeah, one a little bit younger than Brandy.
Your sister herself is doing all right.
She's doing good. She's doing good.
That's all that matters. It's okay. It's okay.
Wow, that is horrible. Thankfully, Denise wins and takes Todd and Amanda with her on the cruise feast so Todd can spend some time with his sister. But back at camp, we see an extended scene between Eric and Courtney talking about Todd.
I gotta get this off my chest. I did not believe Todd's story.
I could not believe that he, oh, my sister had an unplanned teenage pregnancy and then a convenient miscarriage. Gee whiz. Todd was going for the Oscar with his performance of my sister had a convenient miscarriage. And then, of course, Jeff was like, Todd, it looks like you just got some bad news. What happened? And Todd's like, my sister, she was pregnant and she lost the baby, but it happened for a reason. Like, that is not like the fake Johnny Fairplay, my grandma died. You can almost forgive that. That's funny.
Wow, is that true? Is Todd pulling a fair play on us? As it turns out, no, he was being completely honest, and that's good because, as Courtney said, a grandma dying as a tactic is funny, a miscarriage, that's just sick. PG wins immunity again, so now the target is squarely on Eric. PG does her absolute best to flip Denise to vote out Todd, and Todd says, Denise, I've been loyal to you and always will be. As we know, Denise lacks a backbone, so this doesn't really matter, as at Tribal Council, Eric is voted out 4-2.
Eric, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Episode 13 sees Denise winning reward and picking Todd and Courtney to go with her over an angry PG. By the way, PG's angry every time Denise wins and doesn't take her. As I said though, Denise is no threat to flip. This reward is really cool though. They get to visit the Great Wall of China, have a feast, and sleep there overnight. Color me jealous. Absolutely incredible. But Todd is confused on how to eat the food, and it seems like him and Courtney are not having a good time. This is confirmed when back at camp, him and Courtney complain about the food, and Denise reveals that yeah, Todd ate all the sandwiches on the plane that they intended to bring back for Amanda and PG.
They made these boiled meat sandwiches, and Todd ate it all on the plane. So I'm like, okay, so we're not bringing anything back?
They come back from the Great Wall and they were complaining the food, nobody explained to them how to eat it, and they didn't like the food, and it's like, come on.
Todd and Courtney still find things to complain about when they win a reward. It just blows my mind. Some people are so ungrateful, and honestly, it made me mad.
But why all the complaining by Todd and Courtney? I would say they had unmet expectations, as Courtney later says that pizza and beer would have been amazing. The location is fine, of course. It was the food. Amanda is so upset that she goes on to say that she is now considering voting out Todd since he is such a liar and a backstabber. This is a strong emotional reaction from the usually level-headed Amanda. Now, Amanda does win immunity over PG, so the choice is clear on who will be voted out next. However, once again, Todd gets on Amanda's nerves as he criticizes them for eating too much rice while he was at the Great Wall. Amanda then tries convincing Denise to flip and vote out Todd, but we all know that is a pointless endeavor. So, at Tribal Council, Todd reassures everyone that he is very beatable at Final Tribal over the underdog PG, and in a 4-1 vote, she is gone.
PG, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Finale time. It is Todd versus Amanda versus Courtney versus Denise. Who will make the final 3 and win it all? Let's find out. Right out the gate, Amanda wins reward and she takes Todd with her and no one else, even though she has the option to bring someone else if she wanted to. However, while on set reward,
I don't trust you that much, like, from what I've heard.
What?
Yeah. I just have the feeling that if anyone was to backstab me right now, you would.
Amanda flat out let me know that the past couple of days she hasn't been trusting me, which hurt my feelings because I really have been in my head knowing that I'm going to stay true to Amanda. Honestly, I swear on my mama's life, if it was the final 2, it's me and you because that's my deal.
Amanda's distrust in Todd is dangerous as she wins the Final 4 immunity challenge, and Todd and Courtney team up to say, hey, we're gonna vote out Denise, so if you don't want to do what we're doing, the best you can do is force a tie, which would lead to a fire-making competition. But then when Amanda is talking to Denise, Courtney goes full villain.
I mean, obviously I want to win, but if I have to lose to someone, I don't want to lose to Denise.
Are you kidding me? This isn't like welfare. You know, like she doesn't deserve it just because, you know, she sucks at life.
I know we like have this thing with Todd, you know, but everyone likes Todd.
I know, but Denise is gonna
cry. But Denise has no connection with anyone on there. He's the schemer. Yeah, but everyone likes him. He's connected with people like I haven't connected with people here. But you know, Todd, he can sugarcoat things so well.
Basically, Amanda is between a rock and a hard place, but it seems like she's going to be voting out Denise. That is until she screws up at tribal council and Todd causes some drama.
I mean, I was talking to her earlier, and at one point she's like, I got your back. You know, I said I got your back. So.
I said I had your back a while ago. I didn't say that today. I said, you know what I said. You know what
I understand.
Okay.
Todd, you have the best grin on your face.
You know, it was kind of sly that she said you had your back, and Amanda's face kind of dropped like, I never said I had your back. And I was like, oh, that's sharp. I mean, if it was said to me, I'd be like,
Why did I label that as smart? While it annoys Amanda, we already know she's not going on the jury. Everyone else, including Denise, saw that and sees another perspective that reinforces that Amanda might be making some bad moves here, and she was called out for it. But anyways, in a 3-1 vote, Denise is gone.
Denise, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Back at camp, understandably, Amanda is upset by Todd, and Todd says, whoa, I didn't mean to dunk on you. Just my initial gut reaction was to dunk on you. I think more so than anything else, Amanda is upset by herself and how that all just played out. But then we get our final thoughts from each of the final 3, where Todd says this experience has helped him grow a lot.
I think the biggest part of being out here in China is out here I've felt more emotions and thought more about my life in general than I ever have. So I think China has almost helped me to grow up. I feel like looking at the jury, I stand an okay shot. I backstabbed and lied to a lot of them, but I was playing a game. And whether I win $1 million tonight or not, I feel like I've accomplished a lot, and I'm so proud.
Welcome to your final tribal council.
It is time, final tribal council, time to sway the jury to vote for you over your competition for the title of Sole Survivor and the $1 million prize. Let's do a quick evaluation here. John Robert is undoubtedly mad at Todd. Frosty made a tight bond with Courtney, and PG promised Denise and Courtney that if they vote out John Robert, then she would give them her vote at the end. And with Denise not there, that means Courtney should be getting it. So that is 3 votes that Todd potentially doesn't have, and at worst, he needs 3 of the other 4 to win. His opening speech is really well done, especially in contrast to Amanda.
I know that I played a game where I had to lie, and I had to backstab, and I had to hurt people that I cared about. And the main thing I can ask tonight is that you are able to see the difference between my strategic game and the relations that I actually built with you. Because the relations on a personal level, honest, real. The game level, the strategic level, is what I came here to do. I knew coming into game, I was not the most physical, but I knew that I could be the most strategic. And if I did that, I could get here. This is my dream come true. I've lived my dream, and you know, you guys have all been a part of it. And I'm happy to answer whatever questions, hear whatever you have to say about me. I'm ready for it. But I really do want to say thank you for helping me in the game. It means the world to me. So, thanks.
James is the first juror, and with a big smile on his face, he only asked Courtney a question. So that seems obvious who he's going to be voting for. John Robert is second, and he says, I don't want to vote for any of you. But he asks each of them why he should. Amanda and Courtney do an okay job answering, but John Robert is an open book and Todd knows how to read it.
I was not lying to you, and honestly, I did not want to vote for you, but too many other people did, and I am sorry for lying to you.
You started to strategically place ideas in people's heads, which is what I wanted my job to be. And when you had approached me about blindsiding James, I was like, oh no, he's catching up. So who then becomes the biggest threat to me? You. What do I have to do? Turn it around on you, who is an extremely great strategic player in your daily life. I had to get rid of my biggest strategic threat, who is you.
That was a good answer.
I shut it up.
No, he shut him up. I know.
I've never told him to shut up.
Honestly,
I'm in awe. Shut his mouth.
I think Todd may have flipped John Robert to his side. What a massive surprise. PG is the third juror and she asked Todd if he just skated his way to the end, and Todd says, no way, I didn't skate my way here, I earned my spot.
First, I didn't slide anywhere. I started working day one. Jean Robert called me out, said I'm a sneaky, sly little bastard that was gonna get through this game and he had to watch out for it. He was right. Second, I gathered my numbers. I got myself Amanda, got myself Courtney, right? I was like, good, I've got some numbers. Pulled in Denise. We get to the merge, we pick you guys off, then it's a head-to-head battle, but I still got my numbers. I fought. It's a glorious battle. Art of war, yin and yang. I came out as a fighter. That's just bottom line.
Eric is the fourth juror and he only asks Amanda a question, who impressively answers it, so that seems like a vote Todd won't be getting either. Frosty is the fifth juror and he flirts with Courtney and asks her about their relationship, which she totally botches surprisingly, which makes more sense when you circle back to her opening speech, which was essentially about how she was recruited on the show and her goal was just not to be voted off first, so her making it this far is a huge accomplishment. However, prior to her blowing it, Todd nails his answer to Frosty about their friendship.
You lied up, down, left, and right, and all the way back around in a circle. Why do you think that your gameplay deserves a vote from Frosty?
I think you're a great kid. My personal relations were different than my game relations. And yes, I did know that I wanted to take you in, be close with you, make myself a buddy, and put you on a jury. And what I built with you as a friend was real. But yeah, I did do a big, huge lie to my buddy Frosty. I'm sorry.
Jamie is the sixth juror and she asks Courtney why she shouldn't vote for Todd, which leads Courtney to say exactly why Todd should be voted for, and Todd capitalizes on this like a boss.
Why we shouldn't vote for him, but we should vote for you.
Well, he organized voting out John Robert, then he organized voting out Frosty, and then he helped Amanda with voting out James.
So he deserves $1 million more than you do? Is that what you're saying?
I think that each one of us has a different reason that we are deserving. And
exactly, but why is he not deserving?
I think he might be deserving. I think it's an equal opportunity.
So Todd should get my $1 million vote?
That's the
way. Todd.
Courtney's voted the same as me pretty much the whole time. I mean, I may have made the lies up and coordinated them. She's voted as me, so she's just as much of a liar as I am. The reason why you should not vote for Courtney is because she didn't want to be here in the first place.
I feel like Courtney is ungrateful. When she'd come back from awards, she'd just complain. And I honestly, at the beginning, I didn't feel like Courtney deserved to be here because I didn't feel like she put her heart into anything she did here.
I would say that they definitely played their game strategically, but I played mine more strategically.
Denise is the final juror and she's incredibly bitter they didn't bring her to the end so she could win, as she rips into Todd and Amanda while also saying, Courtney, you were real and I respect you, therefore you're cool. So we have 3 votes in total that are not going to Todd that we know for sure. We then move to the live finale in New York where Jeff reveals who won Survivor China.
First vote, Courtney. Amanda. Todd. Courtney. Todd. Todd. Winner of Survivor China.
So let's break this down. How is Todd as a character? For the first time in forever, we have an anti-hero villain character as a winner. Not since Pearl Islands has this happened when Sandra Diaz-Twine won that season. Ironic given this is the first season since Pearl Islands that it feels like the show is putting an extra effort into the theme. And what a breath of fresh air that is after quite a number of just generally nice people winning solid games. Todd was paranoid, cutthroat, and snarky. He played a nice guy to people's faces, but we saw in the confessional how he really was thinking about everyone. Even if Todd had lost, he would be a welcome addition to this season, but winning makes him that much more memorable as a character. Out of 28 character moments shown on the show, 11 were anti-heroic and 17 were villainous, making Todd Herzog a villain on Survivor China. Now, how is Todd as a strategist? I must admit there were times when I truly thought that Amanda or Courtney were going to win. Amanda was level-headed all game, whereas Courtney entered Final Tribal with seemingly 2 votes in Frosty and PG, but lost them both while simultaneously gaining James and Denise's votes. A better finish from Courtney changes everything, but she didn't close. Todd did. His strategic blunder was taking out John Robert way too soon, but he fixed that right up at Final Tribal in a way that most superfans of the show will not forget. He was concise, took ownership for everything he did, and didn't back down while also being respectful. Had he botched Final Tribal, I don't think he wins this season. It is that close, but he doesn't botch it. So with that comes the cool $1 million prize and the title of Sole Survivor. Out of 56 strategic moments shown on the show, 43 were smart and 13 were dumb, making Todd Herzog a smart strategist on Survivor China. Thank you for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. See you all next time.